This recording is a Shamatha Vipassana instructional recording followed by a 3-minute meditation practice. So find yourself a place where for the next several minutes you know that you won't be interrupted. And for this meditation practice, you can either sit in a chair or on the edge of a sofa, or if you can sit on the ground cross-legged. But wherever you find yourself sitting, make sure that your back is upright and that you're not leaning or resting into the back of a chair or a sofa. It's best done if you are not lying down. And if you're on the ground cross-legged, make sure that your hips are up enough off the floor so that they are above your knees. And if you're seated on a chair or a sofa, come to the edge so that you are upright, your feet are flat on the ground. Allow your hands to rest gently, palms down on the tops of your thighs. And allow your torso to move around a little bit until you find a nice balanced position, not too far forward, not too far back, not too far left or right, but nice and comfortable and balanced. Allow your head to rest gently on top of your spine, perhaps with your chin tucked in just a little bit, allowing the back of your head and the top of your spine to elongate. You can imagine that there is a thread connected to the very crown of your head, pulling up, elongating your spine. All of the postural instructions in this form are meant to promote relaxation and a posture that allows you to sustain this for periods of time without body parts falling asleep or without too much discomfort. In this practice, the eyes are open and they are very gently gazing, perhaps with your eyelids half closed, down at the ground in front of you, about 5 feet, with a soft gaze. And your breathing is normal and natural. There's no right way to breathe. And there is an uplifted energy or feeling about this, almost a regal, royal quality. Imagine sitting on your throne, a benevolent ruler. So there's an upliftedness and a noble feeling. You can even imagine that you have a cape on and that it's lifting you upward, opening your chest, opening your heart, opening your torso. So a lot of this technique is about openness. The eyes are open, the breath is open, the heart is open. You are open to what is in front of you. And so the mental technique is simple, at least in theory, in that every time you exhale, bring your awareness to that experience of exhale. As the air leaves your body, follow that air out into space. So that every time you begin the experience or the process of exhaling, you are paying attention to that experience. The physical experience of exhale, the sound of the air going through your nose, the heat of the air coming through your nose onto your upper lip, the feeling of the collapsing or getting smaller of your chest or your abdomen as the air leaves you. So we pay attention to every exhale, over and over again. That is the anchor, that's the return point, your exhale. And invariably, and on purpose, and beneficially, what will happen is that you will notice at some point that your mind is now thinking, that a thought has arisen, and your mind is now being entertained by that thought experience, and perhaps is no longer, or at least without as much intention, focusing on the exhale. This is not a problem. This is not something that's wrong. This is actually what we're seeking. This technique is creating a cultivated or a fertile field in which your thoughts will arise. We are not trying to empty your mind. That might happen, but that's a side effect. This technique actually is to create an environment in which your habitual thoughts rise to the surface so that you can see them. So as you pay attention to your exhale, at some point you will realize that you're thinking, that you're now entertaining a thought or a whole sequence or cascade of thoughts. The moment you notice that, in your mind you simply label that experience with the word thinking, so as to designate that as an experience into itself, separate from noticing your breath. The thought arises, you label it thinking, and you very gently, almost like you're encouraging a small child, you bring your awareness back to the next exhale. And then you exhale again, and then another thought will arise. And when the thought arises, we don't study it, we don't follow it, but we very gently let it go. It's not a problem. It's not that you're doing anything wrong. It's exactly what's supposed to happen. So there's no need to beat yourself up or get frustrated. Thoughts will happen. You are human. Your only task in this technique is to notice that you are thinking, and then label it thinking, and then come back to the next exhale, over and over. So that's the general instruction. And so for the next 3 minutes, we are going to practice together. I'll talk you into it, then there'll be silence until the bell rings, and then you'll know that we're done. So again, find your seat, comfortable, nice, uplifted, noble posture, elongated spine, chin tucked in a little bit, eyes perhaps half closed, gazing downward to the ground about 5 feet out in front of you, hands resting gently on the tops of your thighs, breathing normally and naturally in and out. And allow your mind to rest in the exhale. Follow the air as it leaves your body, and then follow the next exhale. And when you notice that you're thinking, when a thought naturally has arisen, simply mark that for yourself with the word thinking in your mind, and then come back to the next exhale.